Welcome to Virtual Dine, Learn, and Move, brought to you in partnership with Prince George's County Health Department, Suburban Hospital, University of Maryland Capital Region Health, and the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County. Dine, Learn, and Move is designed to promote healthy lifestyle habits. Over the next 90 minutes, you will have fun, get up, and move. Learn everything about healthy eating and engage with our chef while watching a cooking demonstration. Let's get ready to dine, learn, and move.
Greetings. Welcome to the October session of the Dine, Learn, and Move virtual experience. My name is Kate McGrail, and I'm with Suburban Hospital. On behalf of the Dine, Learn, and Move collaborative partnership, I'm here tonight, supported by a team from Prince George's County Health Department, the Maryland National Park and Planning Commission, Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County, and the University of Maryland Capital Region Health. We're so glad you could join us this evening to learn about healthy eating and active lifestyles. Whether this is your first experience or you are a returning participant, we hope you have a really great experience tonight. To help you with that, we're going to go over some technology tips.
Virtual Dine, welcome.
We are on Zoom webinar. This means that all participants will remain on mute throughout the evening, but you will be able to submit your questions and communicate with us throughout the session at any time by typing in the chat box. You can see it at the bottom of your screen. Let's test it out right now by typing your zip code in the chat box. It will also help us learn a little bit more about where you're joining us from tonight. All right, you found it right away. I see lots of good zips from Maryland coming in right now. That is awesome. Ooh, Montgomery County as well. That's excellent. Thank you, everybody. And perhaps beyond these counties. All right, we have another Zoom feature tonight. We're going to take a poll. So we'd like to know how many of you are joining for the first time and how many of you are coming back this month. You see the poll question pop right up. Please select one choice and submit your answer. We're going to give everyone about 30 seconds to let the results roll in. And we have about 34% of our participants tonight are brand new to this program. So that's great. Welcome, everybody. And thank you for those who are coming back from previous months. That's awesome. 30% to 70%. All right. So we can move on to the next slide. We have a full lineup of events for you tonight. As always, we are packed for the whole 90 minutes, starting with fitness education. Tonight we'll be hearing from Patricia, who will also lead us in some seated exercises. That portion of tonight's program is brought to you by the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Department of Park and Recreation, Prince George's County. Then we're going to hear from our resident registered dietitian, Sherma. Sherma will teach us more about how to eat well while saving money. Thank you to the Prince George's County Health Department for sponsoring this segment. And we will wrap up our session tonight with a live cooking demonstration with 2 recipes from Chef Roslyn. This segment is brought to you by our health system partners, the University of Maryland Capital Region Health and Suburban Hospital. So with that, we're going to turn it over to Patricia with some tips on ways to stay fit for free. But we'll just remind you one more time that we're on Zoom webinar, which means you'll be able to see our panelists, but we will not be able to see you while you move with us. Please continue to follow the safe reminders we have for you here. So grab your water, make sure you have a clear space with nothing to trip on, grab your chair, and move at your own pace. Don't be afraid to take a break and definitely have some fun.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Patricia, as you know. Okay, we're going to talk about some tips how you can incorporate fitness into your daily life for free. Doesn't have to cost you anything. You don't have to invest. You do not have to invest in any expensive equipment or anything like that. As we know, physical activity is not only important to your physical health, but also to your mental health. There are lots of benefits that come along with being active. We know that it helps with weight control as well as stress and your cholesterol and things like that. Okay, so like I said, doesn't have to be expensive, doesn't have to cost you anything. You can be at home, you can work out for free. So I'm gonna give you some tips as to how you can work out for free at home, doesn't cost you anything. For instance, dance to your favorite songs. How about that? Loads of fun. Put on some of that good old music that you enjoy, some oldie but goodies, or some hip hop, whatever it takes, stuff that will make you move. And before you know it, you'll be moving around and you would have had a great workout for free. Okay, next, use chores to get some exercise in. Now, you know, housework is not always our best thing that we like to do. But remember, doing housework can help you burn some calories. And also, if you can incorporate some of the things that you have been maybe procrastinating about doing, such as maybe cleaning out your pantry, maybe doing some deep cleaning in your bathrooms or your garage, organizing things in your house, all of that to help to get you moving and reaching your fitness goals. Exercise while you watch TV, that's a big one. Instead of sitting while you're watching TV the whole time, you can stand up, you can do some jumping jacks, you can move around. Also, if you write a little exercise routine out so that you can look at it when it's time for a commercial break, you can always use that and get up and move around a little bit, do some quick sit-ups and things like that, do a commercial break, and then sit back down and catch your breath and start all over again, okay? Next item, wake up and work out before you get your day started. When you get up, before you get busy with your day, you find I don't have time to work out. Slow your pace. Have a little routine you do in the morning, whether it be walking around your room or just, you know, some freelancing like some biceps or some tricep moves or some marching in places. Every little bit helps. Remember that every little bit helps. Every step that you can take helps. And then one more I'd like to share with you, take the stairs. Now, everybody may not be able to walk the stairs if you have stairs at home, so we understand that. So if you have a whole flight of steps, you don't have to take all the steps at one time, maybe do 5, catch your breath, do a few more, and maybe next time you will find out, I can walk a little bit further and I don't have to breathe too hard. It's easier to do. So you don't have to, you know, try to do it all at one time. A little bit each time helps. Before you know it, your body will respond because you won't be out of breath as fast and those legs will be moving. Okay, so those are just some small tips that you can include into your everyday life that will just help you to work towards your goal of physical activity and to make it better for you. Okay, so with that, we're going to have a workout. And like I said, all these tips are for free, and a workout for free doesn't cost you anything. If you want to add some resistance to your workout, you can use water bottles. Or if you have some empty old water bottles, you can refill those with some liquid of some type. And also I use soup cans sometimes. I like the longer ones and that, you know, give you a nice grip that you can use to work out with. And if not weights, it's okay. You can use, not use weights. I'm sorry, not use weights. But anything that you do to help you move is going to be beneficial, and you'll begin to see some results, and you'll feel better, not only physically, but mentally, and to know that you have accomplished a goal. Wow, how awesome is that? Okay, so we're going to get ready to do some chair exercises and move and have a great time. As I always say, play music. Whenever you work out, music is good for you, and that'll help you to move. Okay, so let's have a good time. Let's move a little bit. We're going to start with warm up, and move into our cardio, a little bit of core workout, and then strengthening and cool down. So as we go through the routine, if it's too much for you, you can always slow the pace down. There's always modifications to everything we do. slow it down or take a break and get some water and come back and jump right back in. We have 20 minutes, guys, of free exercise. Okay, great. Let's get started. I'm going to push my table out just a little bit. And we're going to get busy for chair. I like to use a chair without arms, but today I'm using one with arms, so it doesn't matter. Always posture is important. So sit nice and tall, posture, your back, no slouching like this, nice and tall, okay? The best you can. And we're going to get ready to get started with our music. And we're going to start in just 1 second. We're going to get the music on. We ready? Okay, let's get going. Let's march. Let's move those arms. Come on. Move your arms. Move those arms. Arms moving. Arms moving. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. If you don't hear the music yet, you'll hear it. Just hold on. Keep going. Marching. Move those arms. Okay, now we're going to do our elbow to our leg. Like this. Okay? Get it up. If you can't get it all the way up, just a little bit is good. Every little bit helps. Excellent. Keep going. Excellent. Elbow to legs. And march. Move those arms. Come on, it's important. Move those arms. Excellent. Keep going. Arms out, big circles. And reverse your circles. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Up and down. Keep going. Excellent. Moving those arms. Keep going. Don't give up. Come on. Excellent. Nice posture. Big circles again. Low impact chair exercises. And reverse the turn. Excellent. Now we're going to do our chest press. Like this. Close, open, open. Keep going. Excellent. Close, open. Come on. Don't give up. Let's go. Woo! Good job. Excellent. Now we're going to do a modified jumping jack. Ready? Like this. 2. Modified jumping jack. Easy. Keep going. Excellent. Easy. And we are marching. Come on. Get it in. Look, cardio. Woo! Keep going. Arms out again. Circles. A little bit faster turn. And reverse. Keep going. Moving those legs. Up and down. Woo! Excellent. Chest press again. In, out, in, out. Close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open. Hold it right here, march. Woo! Let's work those triceps a little bit. Show you how we do it in our chair. Easy, up, working. Again, one more time. Other side. Working it. Excellent. Excellent. And down, and march. Ready to do a bicep move? Easy. Just like this, bicep curls with no weights. 1, 2, 3, 4, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, other side. 2, 3, 4, middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and march. Move those arms. Woo. Excellent. Then we're going to run in place, a 10-second run, then march, and another 10-second run, and then rest our hands. Hold it. Ready? Move to your seats a little bit. Towards the end. Ready? 10 seconds. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and march. Good job. One more time. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and march. Then rest your hands. Let's work on our abs. We're going to turn and use our abs nice and strong. Sit still for a second. Breathe. Hold it. So for our waist turns, for our abs, we're going to focus on our abs. So we turn around, back to the center, and turn. How about let's try that? Let's go. 1, 2, let's do 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right here and rest, march. Hold it right here. Let's try that again. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And relax. March. Okay, we're going to work on these obliques, what we call our love handles. Either we do it like this, we can reach down like we're grabbing, or the way I like it, hands behind my head, and I lightly clamp my fingers, and we're focusing on those abs. I'm sorry, not your abs, but your obliques. This side, okay, side to side, those love handles, okay? Yes, indeed. Feel it? And if you're reaching down, you're like this. You're reaching like you're grabbing something from the floor. Okay? Excellent. Reach. Excellent. Reach. Excellent. Reach. Excellent. Reach. Reach. Core muscles, legs apart somewhat. And we're going to bend down either this way or like this. I like it this way. If you go down and use your back to pull you back up, because always it's good for your back as well as for your abs, okay? Let's go. Down, 1, up, pull up, down, 2, let's do 8. Ready, 3, let's go. Excellent. Up, down again, 4, excellent. Up, down again, 5. Woo, keep going, don't give up. 1 more, 6. 2 more to go. Let's go. 7. Come on down for 7. Up. And down for 8. Excellent. How do you feel? Great, right? Okay, so we're going to work on the abs one more time. This time we do elbows to the legs. We're going to, which legs? We're going to turn like this. So we're working those abs, okay? Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, let's go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go again. 1, good job. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And relax, and breathe. Catch your breath. Ready? Okay, let's do another twist for our abs, because it's always a problem with, especially with women, we have trouble with this in here. So let's do another set, okay? Men too, all right? Let's turn, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and come back and relax. Woo, and breathe. Get ready for our stretches and our cool down. Okay, so hands out. Way. Inhale and exhale, bring it back. Hands stretch it out. Should be all the way out. And hold it. Excellent. Hold it. Breathe. Hold it. Excellent. Switch hands, please. All the way out. Stretch it all the way out. And breathe. Excellent. Hands together, clamp together, and you're pushing forward to an invisible wall. Push forward. Push, 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 push. Excellent. Hold it. Yes. Yes. Feel that stretch? Excellent. All right, great. Hands out. Pressing to the side of those invisible walls. Push into the walls. Push it out. Push, 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 push. Excellent, 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 excellent. Push it out. Great job. Back in, bring it back in. Toe up. Put it up, and we're reaching down. And we stretch it out. And hold it. You should be able to feel that pull. The further you reach down, the more will pull you forward. You feel. I'm sorry, the more the pull you feel. Sometimes, the more of a pull you will feel. Excellent. Okay, great. Let's change legs, please. Toe up, reach down. Excellent. Feel that pull? Excellent. Stretching it out. Good job. Good job. Back up. Lunges forward, feet are flat, one forward, and you just pressing forward, okay? In the chair. Excellent. Good job. Good job. Again, change legs, please. Flat, and you pressing forward. Excellent. Hold it. Good job. Hold it. Back up. You're inhaling and exhaling. Arms up, crossing over. Breathe in and out. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Again. Inhale. How about this? All for free. Didn't cost you anything but your time. And you would have had a great workout. Again. Breathe. Great. And down. And one more. Chin down. Looking down to the floor and hold it. Stretches. Excellent. Up again. Look up. Straight ahead. And back down again. Easy breezy. No fast movements now. Down. Up again. Easy breezy. To my right and your left. Turn. And hold it. Excellent. Hold it. Back around to the center and to the other side. My left and your right. Hold it. Excellent. And back to the middle. And you breathe. Great workout. Thank you so much for participating. Now you see it's easy to incorporate some free fitness exercises into your daily routine. A chair is all you need. Didn't cost you anything. A chair without arms or with arms. It all works, okay? Take care. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time on Dine, Learn, and Move.
Right. That was an awesome workout. Thank you, Patricia. I loved the sprints. And I loved the breathing at the end. That's something I always forget about, and I love having that reminder. I hope you found something that inspired you to work out for free and knowing that you have so many options. I plan to do a few of these at my work desk this week as well. So now we have a presentation from Sherma with her always useful nutrition tips. This month, she will help us reach our nutrition and financial goals when it comes to shopping and meal planning. Take it away, Sherma.
Sorry about that, unmute. Hello, could you hear me?
All set, yep, ready to go.
All set, great. Our biggest problem is most people feel that eating healthy is expensive. They say, oh no, I'm on a diet plan and this plan is gonna cost money. But actually it is not. Eating healthy is least expensive. So when we look at it, the first thing we need to do, and the first slide will show us, is that we need to plan ahead. Plan ahead. So what does eating healthy means? Eating healthy actually means that we need to know when to eat, what to eat, and how much to eat. So let's look at that. When, what, and how much. How does the food come into that? Take your plate. Let's look at the plate method. The plate methods recommend that we eat half our plate with vegetables, the other half with our protein and our carbohydrates. So that is what healthy eating means. Now, let's put it into practice. The first thing we should need to know is eating at home. During this time with the pandemic, most people probably was eating at home. But after a while, after a couple months, people got tired and they decided to start ordering foods. I never believed that even McDonald's had Uber Eats. So there were cars and vans and trucks and people had jobs picking up food from the restaurants and bringing it at home and order it at home. When we look at the price you're paying, so a McDonald's hamburger meal plan was $7 or $8, and then you had to pay another $2 to bring it to your house. That is very expensive. So we need to be mindful of that. And then what are we ordering? When you order out, you have to make sure that you get the right order. Where is this place you're ordering from? Is it close by? Is that your first meal, the drop-off point? Or do the driver had 4 or 5 places to drop off? So by the time you get that meal, it's cold. You have no idea how long it was sitting in this person's car before it was delivered to you. That is not very effective. And it also leads to issue with food poisoning and health hazards. So we need to be mindful of that. I would say prepare your meals at home. And how is it to prepare? Most of us are not familiar with sometimes cooking at home for a long period of time. But if you go to your pantry, see what you have in there, make a list and said, oh, do I have the basic staples? And I would recommend that people keep some basic staple foods in their pantry. And simple things like flour, rice, maybe pasta, noodles is easy. Some canned goods. It's okay to have some canned goods. If you have tuna fish, canned tuna, make sure it's packed in oil or in water. And peanut butter, that's my favorite go-to. Always have, if you're not allergic to it, always have peanut butter. There's so many things you can do with the peanut butter. And canned beans, if you have beans or peas or legumes, you can make sure that they're packed in, they're low sodium and they're packed with water, or even dried beans or peas. So keep these staples in your house. Even canned fruits, if you do have them, make sure there's no added sugar to those canned products. Have some healthy snacks in your pantry. So this will help us prepare in preparing a meal at home. And when you start preparing a meal at home, don't just cook one meal. Even if you're by yourself, cook enough that you can freeze. Today, they have these freezer bags that you can put everything in a freezer bag and put it in the freezer. I bought one of those freezer bags, and when I'm by myself, I put everything in that bag. I put a piece of chicken, some potatoes, some mixed vegetables, and I have seasoned it with some garlic, onions, put it in the microwave, and pour it on my plate. And I have half my plate with veggies, my protein, and everything there. It didn't cost me much. Yeah. Find out how you can keep these foods in your refrigerator. How long? One of the things I always recommend tell people is like a very inexpensive way for a family of 4. You can buy the rotisserie chicken. A rotisserie chicken, most places, is no more than $5, $4.99, most places, most supermarket. 1 bag of potatoes, and it's usually a 5-pound bag. It's not more than $4, it's $3.99. You get those frozen meals, frozen vegetables for $1 or $2 a pack. And you can still end up with some salad. You can get that for $2. When you add that up, you're spending at least less than $12. And that meal could serve a family of 4 with leftovers. And you can take that same meal, take the chicken breast off, and you can cut and chop that chicken breast, make a chicken salad with it. Or you can mix it with some pasta or something. And here you have an extra meal from that 1 chicken that you bought for $5. Where could you do that? If you're eating out, or if you're eating at fast food places, it is not cost effective. This is a time we need to save some money. With the pandemic, we have to be very mindful of how we shop. I know going to the supermarket may seem, not effective for some people because everybody's afraid to go into the supermarkets or the grocery stores. But be prepared. Walk with your mask. Walk with your own hand sanitizer, because this way you are prepared. You're going in that store to shop. So you wear your mask, have your own sanitizer, walk with your own bag, you wipe down your cart and you get in there. Once you get into the supermarket, I recommend that before you go in, get some coupons. You can get coupons now from most of the grocery stores. And the new thing, technology is so great that you can have digital coupons. I am one still old-fashioned. I still cut it off from the newspaper or from the food, whichever grocery store that comes in the mail. But digital coupons added things of the new tech. So you don't have to stand in line and look like I do sometimes. I know I had a coupon for $2 for this product and I can't find it. And people behind gets a little bit upset. So get your digital coupons if that is a bit better. Next slide. So once you have that, you can shop for special deals. Each supermarket, grocery store have their own special deals. Look and save money. And be aware that sometimes if you're at one supermarket, the grocery stores, they are really smart. They'll say, oh, you come to my store, and if you find it cheaper in another store, I'll give you the same price. So you don't have to run over to another store like my mother used to have me doing. She'll cut out a coupon at Safeway and then have me run into Giants because to save 50 cents doesn't make sense in that. That is not cost effective because I have to pay gas and time. Remember, time is also important, and time is money saving. So be aware of that when we think that we are saving because, oh, well, I'm going to drive 2 miles to save 50 cents. That is not cost effective. Gas is $3 a gallon right now. So look at that where you're shopping. And always be reminded, go with your list. Once you get into the supermarket, make sure you're not hungry. A lot of time we go shopping and we rush either after work. So that time we said, gosh, I'm starving. Your choices are very limited. Even though you have your list, your brain is telling you, get things that are quick and fast to prepare because you're hungry. You don't want to say, oh, if I buy this, it will take too long to prepare. So eat a snack before you get into the supermarket or the grocery store. Now, while you're in the store, I would say, organize your aisles. Do not go to the frozen section first. Leave that for last. If you go into the vegetables and the fresh vegetables and fruit, be mindful. People have been touching and squeezing and making, finding out how these produce looks like, what it looks like. So if you're in that area, put everything in a separate bag. Bag it. Don't just throw it on your cart. Put it in a bag. The last thing you should get from the supermarket actually is your frozen foods. When you buy your canned foods or your staples should be in the middle aisles. So while you're in there, start looking at the labels. Be mindful of things that are high in sodium. We would recommend that you get at least 2,000 milligrams of sodium for the day. So if you pick up a product and it has per serving, look at it, the label say per serving. So if it says this product has 15 to 1,600 milligrams of sodium per serving, that's not really acceptable. Two things we need to be mindful of: your sodium content, well, three, your sodium content, your fat content, and your sugar content. You will notice that a lot of the sugary products are less expensive, yes. And you may say, well, if I buy this because it says no added sugar, it's going to cost more. The problem is when you buy the product that you think is cheaper with the sugar added, the cost is later on. It's costing your health because one, you gain weight, your blood sugar level goes up, your sodium level goes up. You have to spend money to go to the doctor and to take medication. That's not cost effective. So it's proper right now to get the best quality and quantity of foods that you need. So the cost factor here, you're saving money. You should look for products that says no added sugars or less than 4 to 5% sugar added on that product. Sodium, average should be less than 500 milligrams. If it's more than that, it's too high. I know people buy, I think it's oodles of noodles, those kind of prepared packages. And when you look at the label, those things have 17 to 1,800 milligrams of sodium per serving. And that package of oodles of noodles, I know we serve it to our kids because it's very inexpensive. It's supposed to be 2 servings. So could you imagine when you eat the whole package? But let me make a little correction there. Actually, it's the package inside of the package, that little seasoning package. So if you use the noodles itself, you add your own flavoring. Do not use that little package because that package is what detrimental to our health. So be mindful of that when you're shopping for those products. Again, it's very easy. If you buy dry beans or peas, you can put it in a crock pot or an instant pot, and you can have beans, which is a good source of protein. It's a good source of fiber. Those are things that you can use, and use it over and over. Your family will be healthy. You're getting good fiber, helps to lower your cholesterol. So you are saving quite a bit when you buy your beans, your dry beans. And however, even if you can't get the dry beans because of time and you buy the canned beans, make sure they are packed in water and no added preservatives. Look at the preservatives on that label. If they have more than 5 added to it, that's too much because it's just beans. Be mindful of that. When we are also in the aisles group and we are looking at breads and cereals, make sure that your breads and cereals, look at the label also, because on that, it will tell you the white breads are very high in carbs and sometimes added sugars, and it's processed. So look for more of foods or breads or cereal that has more fiber. The more fiber you get, it helps to lower your cholesterol. It keeps your colon clean. It prevents constipation and all of that. So look for wheat bread, 100% wheat bread. Your cereals, look for added fiber in those products. Also, when you, I'm going back to bread because a lot of time people buy these whole grain that says whole grain, and it says, 10 grain, 12 grain breads added. And we think that it's very expensive. And people think that, oh, well, I'm getting, this one has 17 grains, this is good. But if you look at the package, and when you open the container, the grains are on the top of the bread. So if you toast that, and it says 17 grains, half of those grains are already in the toaster. So you're not getting the benefit. Those grains should be inside of your package, not on the top of it. So be mindful of that. Those things are superficial. The manufacturer is there to make money. They use these things as gimmick, and that's why people feel that it's very expensive to eat healthy. Always try to look for the basic packaging. You don't need all that fancy stuff. Buying a store brand is acceptable. If you look at the store brand and you look at another manufacturer's brand, look at the ingredients. Usually it is the same. It is the same. While I was in college, I remember going to a factory and they were, I think it was tomato paste or one of the tomato plants. And all of the canned products came from this one plant, and they just stick different labels on it. So the store brand got their labels, their Heinz or whoever, they had their labels just stuck on there, but they were from the same factory. And yet we spend more money because this brand advertised that they are the most wholesome. It comes from the same factory. So look at the label to make sure that it is the same. It has the same ingredients, and that's for almost everything. Now, when we go to the frozen section, make sure we are looking at the meat section, that we are looking for leaner cuts of meat. Meat that has, I know it's, you're buying chicken, and sometimes the chicken breast, the skinless, boneless chicken breast is much more expensive. It just takes 2 minutes when you get home to pull that skin off. So when you already purchase it with the skin on, you are paying for somebody to take the skin off for you. There's nothing wrong with your hands. So pull it off when you get home. And it's better because you get a bigger breast, you get more, and it's less expensive. Also, look at the date on some of these products. When meat are sold for quick sale, look at the expiration date. It means that that meat, when you purchase it, should be used at that time. Or any of the product that says quick sale in a bin, it should be used really quickly. That's not the time for you to buy those products and store it in your pantry. Those are the products that you buy and use quickly. That's why it says quick sale means quick use. It doesn't mean storage because it's inexpensive. Okay. Your frozen labels, again, that should be picked up last when at the supermarket. When you also walk, I think I recommend that you walk with a cold bag and have that in your car. There are times that we go to the grocery store, supermarket, or the farmer's market, and our intent is to go straight home, but we do not. We make 2 or 3 stops. With those 2 or 3 stops, what happened is we have food in our trunk. Your trunk is the hottest place during the winter or the summer. So your food should only stay out no more than 2 hours after you leave the supermarket. So if you make multiple stops, when you get home, there might be a problem. So that's something that you need to be mindful of. It costs, because if you buy the product and go home and it's already tainted, you have to throw it away. We have the highest food waste in this country, and people are starving everywhere. So when you get home, unpack your bags, wash your fruits and vegetables, dry them, and store it in the refrigerator. What needs to be frozen, freeze it. If you buy excess amount of fruits, still wash them, put what you need, put the rest in the refrigerator. Or just cut it up. Put it in a freezer bag, make your own fruit cups, put it in the freezer, and you have it next time. So when we look at the overall picture, it is eating healthy. It's not expensive. We can save our money. Get a little jar and see how many, if you're used to eating out frequently, just cut back on the amount of times. Say, I'm only going to eat out once a week. Put that money that you used to in a jar. And for ladies, if you're like me, I like clothes, you can start buying some new outfits. And you don't have to worry about it because you're spending, that's the money you save. So you stock up on things that are staples that you can buy if something is on sale, like your flour, the staples that you can last, and the label will say last until 2022. Those are acceptable things that you can buy and save. But things that are perishable, be mindful of that. Questions? I'll open up for questions at this time. And just to remind you, when you clean out your pantry, throw out the expired products. I had to visit one of my aunts, and when I looked into her pantry and just helping her, she had things that had expired almost a year ago. Because whenever we shop, we buy foods and we put it in the front of our pantry. You need to rotate these foods in your refrigerator and also in your pantry. And I just want to remind you, if you're storing anything in your refrigerator, use a clear container or a plastic freezer bag that you could see through. A lot of times we put things in our refrigerator in a covered bowl and we forget. And then we say, oh, something smells funny in here. Then you remember, oh, that was a leftover from last week. So be mindful of that. Everything, get these glass or clear containers that you can see what's in it. And also label things that are on your freezer.
Hey, Sharma.
Questions?
It looks like we have 2 questions in the chat box.
Yes.
One is from Erica Hernandez.
Yes.
She's asking, what are good basic healthy lunches for a vegetarian?
Oh, that's very easy. I just talked about one. Good healthy lunch. Peanut butter and banana sandwich. You can also get tofu if you like tofu, or if you like beans or peas or legumes, chickpeas. I like to make what you could do, Erica, is buy some beans. You can buy the chickpeas, red beans, pinto beans, and you can make a bean salad with that. And you can add anything you want to it, put it in the freezer, and you take it to work with you. It's excellent. You can make bean soup, put it in a cup. When you get to work, you can microwave it. Excellent thing. Salads, and during the summertime, salads are good, but in the wintertime, we want a little heartier meals. So I would stick with making a pot of beans anytime, or bean salads will be good. Your peanut butter is good, for everything. And look at the portions, and being a vegetarian, eating from the soil, excellent. Because you have a little more carbs, but you got to be mindful that you get your sufficient amount of protein. So that's why I always recommend that you stock up on your beans and peas and legumes, because that is something that you can use a lot more frequently. And you can eat it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That's not a problem. Next question.
Thank you, Shermer. The next question is going to be from Lisa Young. She's asking, what are good foods to gain healthy weight?
Oh, good foods to gain healthy weight. Oh, that's the opposite of most people want to lose. But gaining healthy weight is not good foods. Just as I said, if you look in your carbs, get the best sources of carbs, like your bread, cereal, pasta, noodles, beans, peas, and it's about the portions. So normally we tell people when you're eating, you look at your portions, look at the plate method. So where you have your carbohydrates and your protein, you can add an extra portion of your carbs there. And it's the good carbs. So even if it's bread or pasta or noodles, those are good carbs. And also you can add an extra portion of protein. That will be good. If you're using fruits and vegetables, with your fruit cups, you can add some yogurt to it. I would say add extra yogurt on your, and get the yogurt still, the Greek yogurt, which has a little bit more protein in there. So weight gain is not actually only fat. We want you to gain muscle mass. So that's why I'm sticking to still the lean cuts of food and the leaner products, because we want you not to gain fat, to gain muscle mass. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Sherma. The next question is going to come from Christina Finch. She's asking, is organic better for fruit?
I missed that one, Eric.
Christina,
could you repeat that one? The mic went a little bit funny at that one.
Yeah, sure. Christina Finch is asking, is organic fruit better for you?
Okay, that always comes up with organic fruits or organic foods. It depends on which fruit I say, if you're gonna be eating the skin of the fruit and you're concerned, I would say it's best to go organic. So like if you're eating the apple skin or you're eating strawberry or grape skin, yes, if you want to go organic, then that's fine. It doesn't mean that the food is better, the food is better. It means that the pesticides, people are concerned about the pesticides. The pesticides is what's used in the soil, actually. So if you have to peel a banana or you want to peel your apple or pears, the inside of the product, it is still good. It still has the nutritive value. But the outside of the product, as I said, if you're going to eat the outside of it and you're concerned about the pesticides, I would say always, that's why I say wash your products. Put some vinegar, a tablespoon of vinegar in a gallon of water to help to wash the outside of that product. Half the time, when they say organic, we are not sure that that product is organic, unless we see that the FDA ruling is on there that says that this product has been grown in an area that has been using organic pesticides. So we may be paying for something that we're not actually getting. So that's my take on the organic. It's not that it's better for you, it's your pesticide that we're concerned with. So if you want to, and you want to be mindful and say, okay, I would wash all my fruits and vegetables with this vinegar water, or if you're going to eat the whole fruit, then you go organic.
Thank you, Sherma.
You're welcome, Eric.
Next question is going to come from Maggie Stewart. She says, I can't have a lot of proteins. Which starches can I use that are lower in protein?
Okay. If somebody can't have a lot of protein, that means they may be having some compromise with their protein. They may be on a low protein diet for kidney disease or whatever. So if you're having that issue or any issue that you can't have sufficient protein, then I would stick with your produce. So you can have potatoes, rice, pasta, noodles, because they have less than 2 grams of protein per serving. So, and you have to be very mindful, Maggie, and looking at the labels of products to see how much grams of protein is in there. If you have, your protein intake should have a number limited to say, okay, you need to have a 60-gram protein or 40-gram protein. It's just not low protein. You should have a number of how much protein you need so that you can break down your meal plan to get that protein. Say I only have 20 grams of protein at lunch and dinner, and then I'll have my other at breakfast time. So there should be a guideline of, your restriction. How much protein do you need? Do you need 40, 60, 70 grams of protein? How much do you need? So if it is a low protein diet, then so this way you can divide it. And you can say, okay, a slice of bread has 2 grams of protein. So if you eat 2 slices, that's your 4 gram there. And then what other protein food that you may go with that? If it is cereal, if you're going for yogurt, milk, all of these, your milk, dairy, and your meat and beans and peas are good sources of protein. So you'll have to look at the portions and know how much protein that you're allowed for the day so you can break it down.
Thank you, Sherma. Next question is going to come from Wanda Streeter. She wants to know, how long should you keep leftovers in the fridge?
Okay, that depends on the type of leftovers that you have. If you have a creamy type leftovers, I'd say 2 days, 2 to 3 days. If it is meat that is cooked and seasoned, you can go sometime 5 to 6 days, but it shouldn't be longer than 5 days. You know, if you're going to keep it that long, then you should put it in the freezer. Leftovers should be used within the 2 to 3 days. And if it's any time longer than that, then you freeze it. And that buys you more time.
Great. And we have, seems like we have one question from Tara Bynum. She wants to know what your thoughts are on Himalayan salt.
Himalayan salt is good salt. It has a lot more nutrients than the regular salt. However, it is still a sodium, and we still have to be mindful of how much we use of it. One of the things is that it is very salty in the sense that it's the granules are much larger than our regular table salt. So we cannot use the same amount. We have to use a smaller quantity because a smaller quantity goes a longer way because of the granule. But it's very high in your nutrients. So it's high in some magnesium and zinc. So you can use it, but again, portion control because it is still a sodium. And a little goes a long way in that respect. Great job, Eric.
Thank you, Sharma. Thank you, Eric, for that awesome presentation. I hope everybody took some multiple tips away for how to make some really good financial decisions next time you're at the store. So now we're going to move right into our cooking demo with Chef Roz. But don't forget, we're still taking questions, so please use the chat box feature. You're going to ask Chef for some cooking questions, and Sharma will still be here for nutrition questions. We hope you're able to join us through the end of the demonstration, but if you must log off early, a link to our evaluation will pop up. Please just take a moment to complete it tonight so we can better serve our Dine, Learn, and Move sessions. Your feedback is very important to us and it impacts our ability to continue bringing you this program virtually. All right, Chef, we're going to go right into you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I'm so happy that you are here. And today I was listening to Sharma. Awesome, awesome, awesome presentation about those eating on a budget. And so I'm going to just move right on into it because the items that I have, the recipes that I'm doing today is actually, it fits right in with eating on a budget. So first, I just want to remind you, I always remind you about good hygiene, making sure you're washing your hands, washing, scrubbing all the way up to your elbows before you get started in your kitchen, and making sure your surfaces are clean, making sure your produce, your vegetables and everything are nice and washed. And Sharma gave some excellent tips on how to wash those and get those clean. So I'm Rosalind, and I am just going to get right into it. So I was actually, the first recipe that I'm doing is actually called curry chickpeas and potatoes. Chickpeas and potatoes. So we're talking about beans. We're talking about eating on a budget. Very, very good, inexpensive meal, right? And so this one is one of my favorites. You all will receive the recipes later. So I'm just going to get to it. I've already started it because as you know, when you're preparing potatoes, you need to cook it a little bit longer. And for the time's sake of this, the time that I have, I went on and I started it already. But I'm going to still walk you through the process. All right. So now, what I have are Yukon Gold potatoes. Yukon Gold potatoes. Now there's several different potatoes. It's a lot. I think it's about 16 different potatoes. Oh, you know what? How about before I tell you what type of potatoes they are, how about you all type in there what type of potatoes? All types. It's about 16. You don't need to know them all, but you do know some. And I'm going to tell you about the one that I'm actually preparing today. Go ahead and type in there what type of potatoes they are. Get to typing. All right, now this is a Yukon gold potato. They might call it gold potato or Yukon potato, but they come in different sizes, small, medium, large. Now, your Yukon gold potato, first of all, is a carb, and it's a simple carb. Simple carb means that it's a whole food. It's not processed. And so that's going to answer one of those questions that Sherma answered about gaining weight, a proper food to use to gain weight. A potato, for sure. Potatoes, whole food, it's a whole food, but the Yukon gold potato actually is very, very high in vitamin C. Vitamin C, and it's a very good carb. All right, so I'm just going to cut up this Yukon gold potato. I see those answers coming in. Oh yeah, I see them coming in. We're going to talk about them in a minute. I'm going to cut it up really small. Or you can cut, listen, it's your food. You can cut it up however you like. But this is just like, I like to do it, just chop it up. Just chop up the potatoes. Because you know, the smaller the potatoes are, the faster they're going to cook, right? So you're going to kind of dice them and slice them and, you know. So as I said, I already put my potato in my pan here. All right. The next ingredient, Eric, we're going to go to these answers in a few minutes. All right. Now, the next one is red bell pepper. Now, what I don't, oh, let me go back. I have the potatoes in here and I have my chickpeas in here. So chickpeas are another name for it is garbanzo beans, right? Garbanzo beans, chickpeas. Now you can get them no salt at all or low sodium. And you want to kind of go with the no salt or low, because then you can add your seasonings. I love adding my herbs and spices just to make it, because just face it, we want it to taste good on the tongue, period. We want it to taste good on the tongue. And so why not taste the different herbs and spices that I'm going to put in here, which I'll tell you in a second. All right. Now, so what is in the pot is my chickpeas, and I'm using about 1 can. And actually, I'm using a little bit more because I'm home and I have a couple of people to feed, right? But on your recipe, you'll have 1 can of chickpeas. You'll have 1 very large Yukon Gold potato, or if you can't find a large one, get 2. And then red bell pepper. So I already cut up my red bell pepper. I'm going to add this over in here. Red bell pepper. Then I have the pink Himalayan sea salt, which you all talked about already. And I'm doing just a half a teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt, just a half a teaspoon, not even much, right? You already talked about that. Then I'm doing curry powder. That's the star of the show. These are curry chickpeas and potatoes, curry. So I'm using 1 whole tablespoon of curry. Going to be so good. I love curry. So I might put just a little bit extra. Plus, not only that, I'm using a little bit more beans than on the recipe. All right. Now, the next ingredient is a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Just give it a little bit of kick, a little bit of hotness, right? Just a half a teaspoon. And really, you might want to just use a pinch. If you're not, if you can't do hotness, peppers, spicy, then just omit it. Don't use it at all. But I'm going to use just a little bit. Some people like to kick it all the way up, but I'm going to use just a little bit of cayenne pepper, just to give it a little kick. All right. The next ingredient is, and this is what I want to say, and I totally apologize, but one ingredient that I left off of my recipe is cumin. Cumin is great for digestibility. It helps with the gas. You know, some people get gas from beans. And so cumin will help. Plus, not only that, it gives it a extra great flavor, great flavor. So a cumin, I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of cumin, ground cumin. I'm just going to use a little bit more because I just love it. You know, no chef goes directly by the recipe. You always use a little bit extra. I'm just saying. All right, now, chopped onion. I did an onion, so you can use a red onion, a sweet Vidalian, any type of onion. But I love onion, and I normally use red onion, but this time I used a sweet onion. All right. Yes. All right. Next, green pepper. So I did a red pepper, red bell pepper. Now we're doing a green pepper. And these are like 1/4 of a cup, not much, just to give it some flavor. Green pepper. I have my garbanzo beans in here. And what I did was I used vegetable broth. So no oil, low sodium vegetable broth is in here. I'm just going to add a little bit more because that's what I cooked it in the beginning. But it's going to make a real nice saucy gravy. Like if you have this with rice, I know rice and potatoes. How about brown rice? But anyway, that's another recipe. And then my garlic. Have to use my garlic. The garlic is 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of garlic. I love garlic. So, you know, garlic is good for everything, for your heart, for your heart. So you can't go wrong with garlic. Blood pressure, yes, heart. All right, and the last ingredient that I'm putting in here is oregano. Now you can buy fresh oregano and chop it up and add it to your recipe, or you can get dried oregano. So this came from the fresh one. Most people have the dried ones in the cabinet, in the pantry, right? So I'm using the oregano. It smells amazing in here. I just have to say that part. I just have to say that part. It smells amazing. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, that's all the ingredients. What I'm going to do is stir this. And so what I want to know is, let me do my time check. What I'd like to know is, what was some of the potatoes that the people said? Eric? Oh my goodness, this smells
So some
so
of the
good.
potatoes that people have said, Geraldine said red potatoes.
Red potatoes, for sure, red potatoes. I love red potatoes. What else?
Wanda suggested russet, Yukon, Japanese, and Hana potatoes.
Oh my goodness, Wanda did them all. She knows all about the potatoes. Russet potatoes, normally people use russet potatoes for baking, I think, right? Baking potatoes. And what else did she say? Yukon,
Japanese, and Hana.
Oh my goodness. Let's talk about that Japanese potato. Japanese potato is so sweet. I use a Japanese potato as somebody asked Sherma a question about a healthy vegetarian snack. And I'm a vegetarian, so I'm just going to, since we're talking about potatoes, let's talk about that Japanese potato. I love the Japanese potato. It's dark, like purple, or really dark red color skin on the outside. But when you bake it and open it, it's white on the inside. But let me just say this. When you bake the Japanese sweet potato, the sugar, the natural sugar just oozes out and your whole house smells like sweet potato pie. And you haven't even added any extra anything on it. So what I do is I bake several of them, wrap them up in some aluminum. I may take it in the car with me, and I just peel it back and just eat on it because it satisfies your sweet craving. It satisfies my sweet craving, but it's a great snack throughout the day. Plus, it's a healthy carb. And you know, it's going to give you that energy that you need. So I just went off on a tangent. What else did they say, Eric? I'm so sorry. I'm just went all off on that one. Go ahead. Tell me.
Well, we got some fingerling potatoes.
Fingerling, yes, I love fingerling potatoes. Those are little small ones, and you make fingerling potato salad. Yep, I love those. What else you got? What else you have?
Oh, we got some suggestions of red potatoes and purple potatoes as well.
Yes, purple potatoes are nice. Purple potatoes, I have that on my list. Purple. What else do you have? You said red. So there's a red thumb, and then there's another Norland red. And I think the Norland red are the ones that are red skinned that most people see in the store. Any more?
No, I think we're getting, some repeats now. A lot of russet,
Okay.
a lot
All
of
right.
white potato.
Yes, yes. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You all are so smart. You know about your potatoes. But the one important part about all of that we just said about those potatoes is you eat them as a whole food. And what that means is, what is a whole food? What that means is that you're not getting them from a box. You know, you're taking them and you're making dishes like this. And then that's the best benefit that you get from it. All right. All right. So my dish is ready. Let me just show you all. It's ready. Let me see. Can you see this? Can you see it? Ah, beautiful. And it's pretty. You know, you want to eat your food. You want your food to look good that you eat, right? Yes. So I'm going to put it on a plate in a minute, because now I'm going to go to my next recipe. I'm going to head on over here to the other side, which is going to be excellent with this. I mean, they just go together. And so what do I have here? Broccoli, my broccoli, right? And so this is called garlic broccoli. It's just so easy. It's easy, it's quick, it's so healthy for you. Broccoli is a cruciferous vegetable. Say that with me. Cruciferous. I have to say it so many times. Sometimes I can't even pronounce that. But a cruciferous vegetable. So it's in the family with the cabbage and your Brussels sprouts and your cauliflower. Those are all kale. Those are all cruciferous vegetables. And so broccoli you can find in the stores right now, really, really inexpensive. You can buy the broccoli crowns or the whole broccoli with the stems, and just depend on what you like, what your preference is. But did you know raw broccoli, is best? The more you cook your broccoli, the more your nutrients are decreased. You deficient in nutrients. So you eating raw broccoli as a snack, dipping it in some hummus, which is from your garbanzo beans. Hummus is all good, great snack, right? So what I'm going to do now is use avocado oil. I'm using avocado oil in my pan. All right. Avocado oil, turn my pan on. Yeah, you all should be able to see that. Yes. And then, so I'm using 5 cups of broccoli. Now, I've already put it in here. I really, really would love to have this cut up a little bit more. Just cut up a little bit more, and I have time. So I'm just going to add my broccoli over here. Well, let me just put this top on here because it's popping. It's popping. All right. So I'm just going to cut it up a little bit more because I just like it cut up. So now, it's your preference, you can have big pieces, you can have little pieces, but the point is you're going to get about 5 cups of broccoli. 5 cups of broccoli. I already have some smaller pieces in here already. I'm going to put my broccoli over in here and the avocado oil. And nice sizes. Yeah, those are nice size pieces. Now, I used to, my children used to say, I want trees. I want baby trees. You know, a lot of kids like broccoli because they remind you of a tree, especially when they're raw. And like I said, you get the best benefits, nutritional benefits if it's raw. All right. But I'm going to cook this, but it's not going to be long. So it still may be a little bit crunchy and raw. It just depends on what you like. You might want to cook your broccoli all the way. So this is called garlic broccoli. Now, the ingredients are, of course, your avocado oil, and then you have your 5 cups of broccoli. Then you have 1 tablespoon, I'm going to use a little bit extra, of rice vinegar. So this is the rice vinegar. And I'm going to pour the rice vinegar on over in here. Just making sure that I have vinegar all in the pan. All right. Ah, I love it. I love it. Then what I have is 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Now I'm using a lemon. Why not? Isn't a juice in here? I hope so. But there are also seeds in here, but who cares? And I'm going to squeeze my lemon juice over on top of my broccoli. Ah, I love it. Lemon juice. So this is going to give it a really, really nice flavor. It smells so good already. I'm using half. I just used a half. Now, if you want to use extra, you can. Now, what I'm using now is the garlic. I'm going to put the garlic over on it. Now, what I did was I used 10 cloves of garlic. And I'm just going to sprinkle the garlic over here. And while you all were watching the video, watching Sharma and doing your exercises, I was actually cutting up this garlic. Now, the one thing about garlic is when you're cooking garlic, it will burn fast. It will burn fast on heat. So you want to make sure yes. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Now, the thing about it is you can brown it. See how it's getting a little brown? It's getting a little brown. I'm talking about the broccoli is getting brown. I don't know if you all can see that. It doesn't even look green anymore. Well, all right. I promise you, it's getting brown. And I'll show it to you in a second. But I'm going to put the top on here so that it can steam a little bit. And I want to let it cook just a little bit longer for at least 2 or 3 more minutes, because I don't want it to be really, really soft. Now, like I said, if you want your broccoli to be cooked a little, if you just have issues with chewing, you don't like it crunchy, it'll be your preference. But as I said, the longer you cook it, it loses its nutritional value. So I like it kind of raw and crunchy, but flavorful. And this garlic here is making it really, really nice. It's kind of roasted looking like. Oh yeah, it's getting really, really nice. All right, I'm gonna put it top on it. And so while that cooks just a few more minutes, I'm gonna add my potatoes over here. Now, while that cooks, I'm going to put my beans, garbanzo beans, my chickpeas, my curry chickpeas and potatoes on my plate. Now, as I said, you can have this, you can plate this on top of some brown rice. I love basmati or jasmine brown rice. Put a bed of brown rice here And then you can put your beans and potatoes on top of that, or you can just eat it like this. If you don't want to overdo your carbs, because your brown rice is a carb as well, a simple carb as well, but it's good for you as long as it's a brown rice. All right. Woo, it smells so good. Now, my broccoli is ready. I'm gonna turn it off. And you're gonna plate your broccoli, and I'm gonna come around so that you can see it. Very nice. Very nice. Yes. Is that amazing? That amazing meal looks amazing. It smells amazing. Curry, chickpeas, and potatoes with garlicky broccoli. And this is my favorite part. Oh, before I taste it, you can pair this with fish. You can do baked fish or baked chicken or turkey chops, or even your roast beef, or your preference, whatever you like. And I'm just going to taste it. Eric, go ahead and ask. Is there any questions there? While I go ahead and.
No, I don't see any more questions, but you got some comments on how delicious the food looks. So excellent job. It looks good. I'm jealous.
Yes, I'm hungry. It looks great.
I need to give y'all my address.
Yeah, send it to me in the chat.
Amazing. It tastes so good. And I love the baby trees. I love them. Well, that's it. If there's no questions, right?
Besides your address, no, there aren't any more questions.
All right. Well, that's it.
Oh, just want to add
we actually do have one question from Venera. She wanted to know if the chickpeas that you used tonight were from a can.
Yes, they are. I tend to buy organic beans in a can. Now, it's wintertime and you can soak your beans. I love soaking beans and having a pot of beans. I love it. But it's nothing like having a couple of cans of beans in the pantry. And like I said, I buy organic and I rinse them very well. So I open the can and I rinse them very well and I use them in my recipes most of the time. So yes, that answer is yes.
Thank you. We have another question from Curtis. She's asking if you can use olive oil in your recipe.
Absolutely. You can use extra virgin olive oil for sure. Absolutely.
And they want to know how much oil you used for the recipe.
One tablespoon.
Awesome. Next question is coming from Sherry. She's asking, would the recipe work just as well with different kinds of beans or other?
Absolutely, it will. It will. I'm actually going to use pinto beans next time I make this because I just love pinto beans. I just discovered that. But yes, the answer is yes. You can use any type of beans you like.
Great job, Chef. I just love it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Sharma, for being ready to answer those questions. I'll jump in to answer Sandra's last question because it's part of our exit little update here. So we had another great night and we had a lot of opportunities to interact with both the physical activity and the cooking and the nutrition sessions. And so you're going to tell us a little bit more about your experience. As you log off, the link to the evaluation will pop up. So this survey is anonymous, But you do have the option of leaving your name at the end. Next month, we will select a winner from those who have completed the evaluation as a token of our appreciation. So in just a moment, you're going to see our fancy spinning wheel come up as we make that, as we choose our winner tonight. And Suburban Hospital is sponsoring our prize this month. And I wanted to just stand up so you can see one of the prizes is a reflective fanny pack where you can put your phone, and you'll have a flashlight in there so we can do some safe walking as these days get darker and shorter. We also have some warm tech gloves and a really nice market bag that folds up into this cute little banana. So when you're going to your local farmer's market, and then we also have a journal so you can keep all your health goals and recipes in one place. So when you're ready, go ahead and spin that wheel. Okay. So I couldn't see if maybe Eric or Julia wants to just share the name of the winner.
We actually can't see it either, unfortunately.
All right, wheel spinner, just
Okay, I'm sorry. So you all can't see it?
no, unfortunately, we heard the wheel spin and clap, but we couldn't see the name. So Trina, could you let us know who is our winner?
Okay, it's Kimberly Hines Monroe.
Awesome. Congratulations, Kimberly, and we appreciate you taking the time to complete the evaluation last month. We'll be in touch with you to make sure that you get your prize sent to you. And so to answer again, Sandra's question from earlier, on the next slide, you'll see that we will be sending you an email with a link to all of tonight's resources, including the recipe. So everyone who registered to get the link tonight will also get that follow-up email by tomorrow or Friday at the very latest. So we hope that you are able to use these resources and share your experience with them by next month when we see you again. Just a quick note, in November, because of Thanksgiving, we are pushing up the date of our final Dine, Learn, and Move program up 1 week to the third Wednesday, November 17. So just make sure to mark your calendars. You'll get an email from us to register for that event in about a week prior to the date. So just stay tuned, share with your friends, and we'll see you then.